What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Target exclusive, the Red Hulk. So here we have the Red Hulk posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. The Red Hulk does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists. We also get a pair of style pose grip hands. Other than that, Red Hulk doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually take a closer look at his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Red Hulk. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, 95% of this figure is 100% reuse, so the only thing new to this figure is the head sculpt. And what a really nice head sculpt it is. This is a very menacing looking figure. I really love the way Hasbro made the head. The mouth is also really impressive, how they got the teeth colored in. The tongue looks really nice. And just the overall facial expression does show that Red Hulk means business, and I really do like that. They even did a really good job on his hair. It's not too long, it's not too crazy, but it works just for what it needs to be, and that's basically Thunderbolt Ross hulking out and becoming what he has despised his whole career in the military, which is the Hulk. One thing I do like is the yellow eyes, the piercing yellow eyes that don't have pupils. It looks like that he's just in a rage all the time, and I really, really do like that. Now, as far as the rest of the sculpt goes, it is something we have seen before. If you recall my Wolverine Hulk 2-pack from last year, this is the exact same body, and I'm not complaining about that. This is a really, really nice body for the Hulk, and Red Hulk is no exception. I really, really like the coloring of this Red Hulk, although the shading and high tones are a little bit questionable. You can see they did hit some high tones right here in his chest, but then right down here it's a completely dark spot. Then we have some high tones right here in the abdomen, and then low tones right down here. So the paint is a little bit spotty in places, and then as we've seen a lot with Marvel Legends, they did have some paint right here at the top of his traps, but then when we get to the back, they completely forgot to paint it, or if they didn't forget, they completely omitted the paint there. Something I also did note are his shoulders. They're painted to have high tones, if the camera will focus. They're painted to have high tones throughout the shoulder, but you can see a distinct line right here, and I think that's because when they were painted, that's how it got painted, because the tones do match going down, and then when they turn the arm, whoops, that is very terrible, and it's on both arms actually, so that's what I'm guessing is they painted the arm going this way instead of painting the arm going this way. I don't know what it is, but that does strike me as very odd, especially because there's really no paint over here on the inside of his arm. You see some right here on the back where his traps are. Traps. I don't really know musculature right now. My brain is functioning at like 30%. But anyway, Hulk here does have some really nice detailing right here. You can see the veins do look really nice, and we do have some shading for the high points right out here, as well as on the knuckle. Even though they wouldn't be there, they'd be more over here on the hand. Something that I like about this Hulk that the 2-pack Hulk didn't do is paint the fingernails. That's a huge difference when you see the two hands next to each other. Red Hulk has painted fingernails and painted toenails, so it does make the figure stand out just a little bit. Now, unfortunately on mine, I do have 2 scratches right here. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if it was from when I was using the articulation, but yeah, there is some scratching on mine, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I can't hide it with the abdomen articulation. So instead of having purple pants, Red Hulk here has black pants. Now, I really do like this now. I think the one problem I have with Red Hulk is the way the plastic feels. When I was messing with Hulk, it felt like a really sturdy plastic. This has some gumminess to it, as you can see. It doesn't feel as sturdy as the Hulk's. Like, I can hold the regular Hulk like this and his knees don't buckle. This one, you can see he buckles under his own weight. So there is a difference of quality using the plastic. It feels like the 2-pack Hulk is of a better quality plastic than the Red Hulk here. But, and that's not saying that the plastic sucks. I'm just pointing out that this feels a little bit cheaper than the Hulk. And it kind of does make sense because this was $30 where Hulk was like $60 with Wolverine. I don't know, there's something about this that feels a little bit gummier, and I know this was a separate piece, but it feels softer. It's either more pliable or it's a cheaper plastic. I don't know which one it is yet. We'll have to find out over time. But yeah, as you can see, this Hulk does have painted toenails, and that really does stand out against just it being one color. So overall, Red Hulk here is a really nice figure. I'm not going to say he's terrible, because he's not. This is a really nice representation of the Red Hulk, and I think it's Hasbro's best attempt at Red Hulk yet. So it's still a really nice looking figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Red Hulk posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Red Hulk posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have the Red Hulk posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the Red Hulk posed next to the standard Incredible Hulk. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Red Hulk here does have a dumbbell joint in the head. As you can see, it does move around inside. And then we have a ball right here and a ball right here in the top of the neck. So he does look up about that far, which isn't that great. He can look down, which more than likely he'll be looking down at a lot of figures in your collection. He can tilt left and right. And of course, we can turn left and right, so that's no problem. And we can actually get his head at a strange angle because of that double ball joint and the way his neck is sculpted, so I do like that. We do have a butterfly joint in the Red Hulk, and he can move his arm all the way back. He can move it forward about that far. So the butterfly joint is mainly going to be going to the back, not so much the front. Arms only go out to about that far, but it is acceptable for the Hulk. It does do a full 360, no problem. He doesn't have a bicep swivel. What the bicep is, it's just a cap. It's a floating cap that you can use to help angle his arm right here, where he has a single bend at the elbow as well as rotation. And the way this cap works is you can rotate that cap just to fill in the gap, and it looks really nice. I do like that engineering. He does have a swivel and hinge here at the wrist, which works no problem. We do have a ball joint here in the torso, which can go back about that far, which is pretty good for a big guy. Can go that far forward, which is really nice. I do like that. No rotation up here, but we do get rotation here at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about there. You can make it go a little bit higher, but it starts going off at an angle. Does go back only to about there. Goes out to the side to 45 degrees, just about. We have rotation here at the thigh. We do have double bend at the knee, although we only get about 90 degrees with it, which is a little bit unfortunate. No swivel here at the calf, but we do have a hinge which goes back and forward. It goes back more than it goes forward. And then we have forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, Red Hulk here has pretty decent articulation for a big guy, and it's pretty standard for Marvel Legends bigger figures. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Red Hulk pose for my final thoughts, and overall I think Hasbro has done a good job reusing the Hulk mold for this General Ross Hulk. I think it's a really good choice to use, especially this body. It's one body that I feel Hasbro has done an amazing job with, despite the fact it does have issues with the butterfly joint. I would like to see a little more forward movement on the butterfly joint, but that's pretty much every Hasbro figure. They make the butterfly joint go out in the back, but not so far forward. That's something I think Hasbro really needs to work on, but I still feel like this is a very good release, and Hasbro once again has done a good job reusing the Hulk mold for a Hulk that everybody has wanted. If you weren't able to get the Build-A-Figure version of the original Red Hulk, this is a really nice substitute, and this is a much needed improvement. This figure has a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not, well, aesthetically he's much more pleasing, because the other Hasbro Build-A-Figure Red Hulk was kind of blocky. He had a really big blocky chest. His arms were kind of big and cartoonish. This one has more of a comic book feel, and he looks like something you would see in a movie or a live action TV series, but he still has that comic book feel to him, which is something I really do like. if you are looking for the Red Hulk. Unfortunately, he is a Target exclusive, and Target exclusives have been known to be really, really difficult to track down, especially the Red Hulk here. Even though he was packed to Targets like eight at a time, he was still swept up by scalpers really, really fast. Getting him online was almost impossible, seeing as how he would sell out about the same time he would go up online, so getting hold of a Red Hulk was kind of difficult. However, if you were patient enough like I was, he actually was available on Target.com for a pretty long while, and when I saw the link, I decided I would order him, take my chances, and when you know, in like 2 minutes, I was able to check out with my very own Red Hulk, and he only took about a week to get here. So overall, I'm really happy with this purchase, and if you are looking for a Red Hulk, do continue to try finding him at Target. Don't pay scalper fees for him, because scalpers are charging anywhere from $60 to $80 for this figure, which I honestly don't feel like this particular mold of the Hulk is an $80 purchase, but if you really do want him, I guess you have no other options. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, check out all my other Marvel Legend videos, as well as all my other action figure reviews. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.